What's going on, everyone? In this video today we are talking about Scape. Scape is the latest battle royale game from Ubisoft. It is a fast-paced, high-octane shooter that has some interesting guns and a very interesting mechanic called hacks. Right now the game runs the regular battle royale game in a squad of 3 and offers limited time modes in the game that viewers of Twitch streamers playing the game can choose. This game is insanely fun and I highly recommend trying it out. So for this video today, we are going to be looking at the guns and hacks that this game offers. Let's start off with the guns. Now with all these guns, you can fuse them by finding the same gun somewhere else to increase their magazine size or damage. Each gun can be upgraded 4 times to reach a max level of 5, and they stack. So if you have a level 1 and fuse it with a level 3 gun, it will upgrade to level 4. So the first gun we're looking at is the D-Tap. The D-Tap is a lock-on auto-firing pistol. You will see a square brought up in the middle of your screen, and if a target is within the square, it will lock onto them. So you don't have to actually be firing directly at them to hit them. Although, when it locks on, it won't switch to another target, even if that other target is closer to you. To break your target lock, you have to break your line of sight with that initial person that you locked onto. On the surface, this seems way overpowered, but they balanced it out by it always doing body damage. You cannot do head damage with this automatic lock-on gun. When you fuse this gun, its magazine size goes up from 15 to 17 to 18 to 20 and then 23 at level 5. At level 5, it also gets a damage increase of 5 to 6. The next one we're looking at is the Riot 1. The Riot 1 is a heavy semi-auto pistol. It gets a 1.5 times damage multiplier to headshots and has no damage fall off. If you have ever played Apex Legends, this gun highly resembles the Wingman. When you fuse this gun, the magazine size doesn't change, but the damage does. For body shots, it goes from 26 to 29, 31, 34, and then 38 at level 5. And for headshots, it goes from 39 to 43 to 46 to 51 and then 57 at level 5. For the next one, we got the Mammoth MK1. The Mammoth MK1 is a pump action shotgun that fires 13 bullets in a circular pattern. It has a fairly tight spread and can hit people from about a medium range. When you fuse this gun, it will increase the magazine size from 5 to 6, 7, 8, and then 9. The body and headshot damage stay the same at 75 and 105 until you reach level 5 where the body damage becomes 105 and the headshot damage then becomes 120. Next we got the Ripper. The Ripper is a fully automatic assault rifle with a vertical recoil pattern and no fall off damage. This gun is kind of your standard assault rifle for most games. When fusing the Ripper, its magazine size increases with every level starting at 23, going to 26, then 28, 30, and then 36. Its body damage and headshot damage, just like the last one, stay the same until level 5, starting at 11 for the body and 16 for the head, then moving to 13 for the body and then 19 for the head at level 5. Next we got the Hexfire. The Hexfire is an automatic Gatling gun with a pretty sizable magazine, but a slower reload time compared to other guns. Think of it as a light machine gun in most shooters. This doesn't have any fall off damage, but does have a fairly wide spread when hip firing, and does start off at a very low damage rate. Now following this trend, when you fuse the gun, the magazine size increases with each level from 150 to 180, 210, 240, and then to 270. But the damage stays the same until level 5. Starting at 4 damage to the body and 6 to the head, it then moves at level 5 to 5 to the body and 7 damage to the head. Although this gun has a noticeably low damage per bullet, it is definitely worth picking up due to the magazine size and how fast the firing rate is. As long as you could connect your shots, this gun will shred. Next on the list we got the Protocol 5 or Protocol V. Is a hit scan sniper rifle that can do high damage but has a limited ammo capacity. When you fuse this sniper, the magazine size stays the same throughout, which I believe is 3 bullets at the time of this video. The damage does increase with every level starting at 50, then going to 58, 65, 73, and then finally 80 for body damage. And then for headshot damage, it starts at 75, goes to 87, 97, 109, and then 120 at level 5. Next we got the Komodo. The Komodo is a rocket launcher type weapon that deals a flat blast radius damage. So as long as your target is within the blast radius, they get delivered as much damage as if you hit them with a direct shot. This gun shoots fairly fast and the projectile moves quick as well. The best thing about the Komodo is that it doesn't deal self-damage. So you can effectively shoot it at your feet if an enemy is close to you, dealing damage to the enemy only. If you fuse this weapon, the magazine size increases from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 and then 7 at level 5. And the damage remains the same through level 4, and then again at level 5 it gets an increase to 25. Next we got the Salvo EPL. The Salvo EPL resembles a grenade launcher with the rounds bouncing twice unless they hit a target within its small proximity. The mechanics of using this weapon are fairly standard for grenade launchers in most shooters, so it shouldn't be too much of a learning curve to get used to this one. If you fuse this weapon, it will again follow the same trend as most guns in the game. The magazine rises from 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9. The damage stays at a steady 25 until you reach level 5, where it becomes 31 damage. And then finally for the Skybreaker. The Skybreaker is a single shot energy cannon that delivers potentially game-breaking damage. This gun has a very interesting mechanic where you get more damage and blast area the further the projectile has to travel. So make sure you use this gun from a distance to get the most out of it. When you fuse the Skybreaker, the max damage increases, starting at 50, then moving to 57, then on to 65, 72, and then finishing at 80 at level 5. Again, this gun has the potential to be the most broken gun in the game and allow you to 1v3 teams if used properly. The overall trend for most of these guns, with a small exception, is that you want to upgrade them completely to get more damage. If you are able to loot quickly, you should be able to upgrade any of these weapons completely before getting into fights, since guns are conveniently placed all over the place within buildings. Okay, now for the hacks. These two can be fused, finding the same hack somewhere else. This will cause their cooldown to be shorter, effectively allowing you to use it more often. So for the first one, we got Armor. Armor negates all damage while it is active, but you can't shoot or use any other abilities while using this hack. For the second one, we got the Ball. This basically turns you into a bouncy ball that will block enemy fire but can be broken. Then we move on to the Heal hack. This one lays down a small perimeter that can heal you and your teammates over time. Invisibility. This one does exactly what it says, which is turn you invisible. It does have an audio cue to alert enemies, and if you shoot while invisible, it will cancel your invisibility. Next we got Mine. For the Mine hack, you basically place down a mine, and if an enemy comes within range of it, it will move towards the enemy and explode. Next we got Reveal. This one sends out a ping that will highlight nearby enemies. When an enemy gets pinged, they will be alerted though. This one closely resembles Bloodhound's ability from Apex Legends. Next we got Slam. This one allows you to jump fairly high and then slam down on the ground, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Teleport. This one allows you to essentially teleport from where you are to the direction of where you are facing when you activate it. And then finally we got Wall. This one allows you to put up a big wall to block enemy fire. It can also be used in mid-air and can help you get height if you are placing it underneath you. With all of these hacks, you are able to again fuse them to make their cooldown shorter, and you are able to hold 2 at a time. I hope you like this look into the guns and hacks of Hyperscape, as well as the fusions that can make them better. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a buddy to get them up to speed on this insanely fun new game. Hope you all have a great day.